Famous coach John Wooden said, "It's what you learn after you know everything that makes the difference. It's what you learn after you know everything that makes the difference." How about you? But as a teenager, I thought I knew everything. Of course, I didn't. And today's reading, let me just move this other stuff out of the way. Yeah, it's interesting because Jeffon has taken something that he actually used back on Saturday, the 4th of April, and he's used that for a different purpose here. So, in the first one, I'll just give you a clue. He used it to emphasize the power of having a vision and holding that vision until something happens. But today he's used it completely different way. So where are we? And why is this not working? Oh, there we are. It's called putting spirituality to the test. First quote is from the famous Indian writer, philosopher, guru, Sri Aurobindo, who said, "A total spiritual direction given to the whole life and the whole of nature can alone lift humanity beyond itself." And Ernest Holmes said, "We must know definitely and consistently that the universe is for us and not against us." That's from the Science of Mind textbook, page 109. And as you probably don't need reminding, that's very similar to Einstein's quote, who said, "You have to decide whether the universe is for you or against you." And then this is Jeffon Seeley. He says, "Recently, I felt called to conduct a simple spiritual experiment. Perhaps you've participated in something similar." He says, "After all the books I've read, talks I've absorbed, and hours I spent in meditation and prayer, this felt like the right moment to place my spirituality into practice once again. A quick disclaimer. Spirituality is not about getting something from the universe. It is about being. It's about honoring our connection with the divine presence and seeing God moving through all things. Connection, presence, movement. With that out of the way, my experiment focused on expanding the version of myself that could step into a new professional role." He says, "I committed to my foundational practices, which are rising early, deep meditation, prayer, journaling, and acting as if I already were the person I envisioned. The position I sought was an executive role in healthcare, a field I had consulted in and felt inwardly aligned with. First came an interview, then ongoing conversations and negotiations, and then something remarkable occurred. The organization created a brand new executive position specifically for me, one that had never existed before. I've now been in that role for nearly a year. This experiment affirms something I had always known but needed to remember. When we live from our spiritual center, the universe moves with us. It conspires for our highest good." And back in April 4, he'd also explained that when he was looking, he actually applied for a chief financial officer position, CFO position, and the organization were interested in him, but eventually he didn't get that job. They created this new job for him. And he talks at that time about the power and the need to actually keep focused on what it is that you want. Keep focused on what it is that you want. So what is it that you want to stay focused on? And as always, as my leader, Reverend Jesse Jennings, always reminds us, do your spiritual work. I remember several years ago, there was a retired minister came, and he was talking about when somebody went up and asked for prayer for affirmative prayer for something, and it could be get well, get a job, or whatever it was, he would always ask them, have you done your spiritual work? That would be his very first question to them. And then, of course, he would take it from there. The universe and the divine presence flowing throughout my being are always working for my greatest good. The universe and the divine presence flowing through me, the universe and the divine presence flowing throughout my being are always working for my greatest good. And that's really about it for me for today. I like to keep these fairly short because, well, I'm an engineer for one thing, and I believe in Occam's razor, the simplest solutions are usually the best, but I just like to keep things short if I can, which is not to say that when you stretch things out or when things take a lot longer, it's any better or worse. No, it's just me. I like to keep things fairly short. So please look out for two things tomorrow. Midweek meditation with Danielle Johnson, one of our practitioners, and Reverend Lisa Ryan, my colleague, or one of my ministerial colleagues, who will be broadcasting at about 9:15 tomorrow. Both of those should occur on Creative by Spiritual Center's Facebook page. So until next time. Oh yes, what was it? Oh yes. I'll go back to one of my old closings, which I also got from the minister over in Los Angeles there. The light of God surrounds us. The love of God enfolds us. The power of God protects us. The presence of God is everywhere, protecting us, watching over us, guiding us. And so it is.